Yo, what is up guys, it's me Zach Lee and welcome back to the Zach Lee Show, where we talk about everything that's going on in the NBA on a daily basis. As always, you guys are the real MVPs coming back each and every single day. Can't thank you enough. But now let's just talk about everything that is going on in the NBA. But first, a quick word about this video sponsor, SeatGeek, the best way to buy tickets to games or any live event. But you guys already know that, don't you? It is still and always will be the best way to buy tickets to games and live events. I cannot recommend this app enough. So if you haven't tried it already, you really should. Links will be in the description so you can download it right now. You get $20 off your first order by using the promo code SDC. You get to see the views from the seats before you buy them. It has everything you could ask for. Once again, links are in the description box below. But now with that out the way, on the video. Let's go. The Oklahoma City Thunder really think they're out here being slick. I'm on to you, OKC. Look, I know it's no coincidence that before Stephen Curry went down with his injury, you guys were winning games, right? You guys were winning. I believe you had a 6-game winning streak. Actually, you just had it snapped by the Boston Celtics, but you were still trying to win that game. However, since it was announced that Stephen Curry will be out for the first round of the 2018 NBA playoffs, you haven't won another game since. You haven't won. You whipped out your shovel so you could try and dig your way down to the 7th seed. Yes, you heard that right. The Oklahoma City Thunder are headed to the 7th seed of the Western Conference so they can take on the Golden State Warriors minus Steph Curry in the first round of the 2018 NBA playoffs. As after their overtime 126-125 loss to Denver yesterday, OKC now only has a half-game lead on the Utah Jazz for the 7th seed in the Western Conference. It's going to happen, guys. I can promise you that in a couple of weeks, we will be sitting in front of our TVs watching the Oklahoma City Thunder take on the Golden State Warriors in a 7-game series. And to be honest, the NBA needs this to happen so people can get excited about these playoffs, because with all the injuries and everything else that's gone on in the NBA this year, it's kind of taken some air, the wind out of the season. And in the first round, especially of the playoffs this year, outside of a possible OKC versus Golden State matchup, there isn't much to look forward to. So this could be a matchup that gets the attention of the national audience, gets people involved, gets people excited. So it is going to happen one way or another. This is going down. Anyways though, back to the Thunder's game against the Nuggets last night, because there's also something else I want to talk about that happened in that game, and it involves Carmelo Anthony. We just talked about Melo the other day and how disappointing he has been for the Thunder this season. Over the past like 20 or so games, he's only averaging 13 points on below 40% shooting from the field and from distance. We already talked about all of this. And he was actually benched for the entire 4th quarter yesterday. And after the game, he said of course he would like to play, and he didn't seem too happy about it.
Surprised that you weren't on the floor for that final possession in regulation with a chance to win it?
Yeah, of course. Of course, I wanted to be there. But you know, that wasn't my decision to make, so you know, I kind of leave that to coach on that one. Well, I mean, I was sitting for the whole 4th. And I think it was like 2 and some change on the clock. And he hit that 3, so it was like, you know, just let him, you know, continue to go out there and just play it out and see what happens. And then we, you know, wind up going to overtime.
To me, it kind of seems like he was implying that if he was in the game in the 4th quarter, that this game wouldn't have gone into overtime in the first place. When he was talking about how Damian Grant was in the game because he hit that 3 and they decided just to keep him in. And then he said, but we wound up going into overtime. So he feels as if the coach made the wrong choice by leaving Grant in and keeping himself Melo out. That's just what it sounded like to me anyway. In Melo's defense though, he wasn't terrible last night. 23 points on 9 of 21 shooting and 9 rebounds. That's not a great game, but that is just pretty much what a good game for Carmelo Anthony has been considered to be this season, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is at this point. But then you look at Damian Grant, who I honestly think would be a better fit in the starting lineup because of his style of play. 5 of 9 from the field for 16 points. Look, his style of play complements Russell Westbrook more than Carmelo does. He is more athletic. He can get up and down the court quicker. He can still stand in the corner and knock down some shots. And I really think he should be starting over Melo, and Melo should be coming off the bench, being the offensive anchor for that second unit. But at this point in the season, it's far too late for them to be making any serious lineup changes like that. They just gotta roll with what they got. Like I said though, that first round matchup of OKC versus Golden State, it's coming. And the one team that the Thunder have played like championship contenders against this year have been the Golden State Warriors. So let's see if that trend continues in the playoffs. I don't think there could possibly be a better second topic than this one right here. As you guys know, Kevin Durant got himself ejected in his game against the Milwaukee Bucks on Thursday. That was his 5th ejection of the season, the most any player has had during regular season since Rasheed Wallace had like 7 all back in the day. And with KD getting ejected so much this year, people have of course started to wonder, you know, what's up with him? Has Kevin Durant changed? He never got ejected like this back when he was in OKC. So what is going on with Kevin Durant? Well, in the Warriors practice yesterday, the media kind of talked to Kevin Durant about this and asked him if he thinks that he's changed. And this is what he had to say.
You don't feel you changed or different?
That's what you think?
I don't know, man.
Bro, you can ask me that, bro.
That's
You think I changed and act different? Okay. I don't think you really know me that well. You know what I'm saying? It's for you to say that. So it's like, when I hear that, it doesn't, don't get me wrong, it doesn't make me upset. It's just like confusing. You know what I'm saying? People who tell me I changed when you don't even take time to get to know who I am. So it's like, you can't tell me who I am because of how I act on the basketball court. You know, it don't make sense to me, and that's not fair to me. But life ain't fair. It's all good. And I know who I am. My teammates know who I am. My family does. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was upset at a missed call, and I let him hear about it, and he did what he's supposed to do, kick me out of the game.
That's fair enough off the court. I don't think I know enough about Kevin Durant to say that he's a changed person now, so that's why he's getting ejected so much. But wait, that isn't all Kevin Durant said. Later on yesterday, he went on the Bill Simmons podcast, and well, first of all, he kind of contradicted himself, as he did allude to the fact that maybe he did change and is still changing, but more importantly, he may still be feeling some type of way about leaving the Oklahoma City Thunder. Winning a ring in Golden State and not winning one there is just a part of the evolution that I'm going through. I'll be the first to admit that I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers. It'll probably take the offseason for me to assess. Okay, let's figure out how to tone this down a little, but I'm comfortable with sharing this because all I care about is that, pointing to a court. I love this game, and I'm going to do whatever I can to help my team get back to where we were last year. That's what I'm excited for. That's why you're seeing this passion from me. Before, I used to care about the game and the lifestyle. Now all I care about is my love for the game, the pureness of the game. This is me. It's just my emotions and passions for the game. After winning that championship last season, I learned that much hasn't changed. I thought it would fill a certain void. It didn't. That's when I realized that in the offseason, the only thing that matters is the game and how much work you put into it. Everything off the court, social media perception isn't important. What people say, how they view you, it's not important. The most interesting thing that he said in that whole statement is that winning a championship did not make him feel more fulfilled as a player and maybe even as a person. It didn't bring him happiness. Look, we all know that Kevin Durant was hurt by his own decision to leave OKC for Golden State. He said after he made his decision that he stayed in his room for a week. It was the hardest decision that he had ever had to make in his entire life. And the reason he made it was to win a ring. That was the only reason he left OKC for Golden State, so he could compete for a championship. Not even compete, but so he could go get himself at least one ring. But now that he got his ring, he doesn't feel any different. He thought he'd feel on top of the world, and how he felt didn't change. This is huge. Kevin Durant, he can win 10 rings with Golden State, 15 rings with Golden State, 20 rings with Golden State. He could win every ring ever with Golden State, and he will still feel exactly the same way. Maybe he'll even start feeling worse, because what he hasn't realized yet is what LeBron realized when he left Miami to go back to Cleveland. The ring's not gonna mean a thing unless you win the ring in the right place with the right people. Let me read to you guys what LeBron said on why he decided to go back to Cleveland. When I left Cleveland, I was on a mission. I was seeking championships, and we won too, but Miami already knew that feeling. Our city hasn't had that feeling in a long time. My goal is to still win as many titles as possible, no question, but what's most important to me is bring one trophy back to Northeast Ohio. He left seeking championships. He got his rings, but then he realized it wasn't as important to the Miami Heat since they already had rings. Dwayne Wade already knew what it was like to win. win. The city that he loved, the city that he wanted to win a ring for, still didn't know what it was like, so he decided to go back there and try and help them. That's what will make him feel more fulfilled as a player. And that's why you saw him break down on the court in tears when he came back against the Golden State Warriors to get the Cavs that ring. It meant so much more to him than any ring that he won in Miami did. He was happy celebrating when he won in Miami. Sure, he was celebrating with his best friends Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, but it didn't mean as much to him as the ring that he won with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kevin Durant, I can guarantee you 100% that if you were to win a ring with Russell Westbrook and the OKC Thunder, you would feel fulfilled as a player and maybe even as a person. Playing the game for the love of the game, like you say you're trying to do now to find that sense of fulfillment, look, that's great and all. Every player should play the game for the love of the game, but that's not going to fulfill you. Winning with the Warriors will never mean anything to you. And if he wins a ring this year while the entire time playing for the love of the game and not just trying to seek out rings, when and if that happens, he will still feel the same emptiness that he does right now. And maybe then he will realize why he feels that way. Realize that it's because he was winning with the wrong people in the wrong city in the wrong state. Hopefully he realizes it, because it ain't that hard to figure out. Then again, maybe deep down he already knows this, and that's why he's been lashing out this year. He's upset with himself for making the wrong choice, for leaving OKC in the first place. But that's going to do it for all the news from yesterday. Now let's take a quick look at the games from last night. Adam Silver, you had to punch the Grizzlies for tanking right now. How on earth do you explain them all of a sudden deciding to bench Marc Gasol pretty much for the entire second half in a close game when he was on fire? He had 28 points on 11 of 12 shooting, 6 of 7 from deep, and in what was a close game at the time, they take him out and never put him back in. They were afraid that he was about to ball out and get them a win. Adam Silver, this has to be the most blatant sign of tanking that I have ever seen. Didn't even make up some excuse about an injury or an illness. The coach of the Grizzlies just said that he wanted to let some of the younger guys play instead. Like, what? Either you should be fired, even though you're only the acting coach since Fizdale was let go earlier this season, or you had instructions to lose this game on purpose from the management. Which one is it? It has to be one or the other. 107-97 the final score on this one. Yo, that's a shame. Get out of Memphis, Gasol. Wasn't another 50+ point game? Still though, Towns seems determined to get this Wolves team into the playoffs without Jimmy Butler. They had us scared yesterday as they almost lost to the Dallas Mavericks. Andrew Wiggins, you're a scorer, right? Score some points, bro. Go get some buckets, because 8 points in 43 minutes of playing time, that ain't good. And Tom Thibodeau, stop playing your players so many minutes. First of all, Wiggins playing 43, and Karl Anthony Towns was pretty much in there the entire game too. 44 minutes for a cat. Like, are you serious? Are you for real trying to destroy his knees? I swear, if I see Towns go down, I'm driving to Minnesota and firing you myself, and making sure that you're not even allowed to coach at a local YMCA anymore. Let your players rest. 21 points and 20 rebounds for a cat as the Wolves escape Dallas with a 93-92 win. Tyronn Lue was back with the Cavs yesterday after taking off about a week for a health-related reason. Good to know that he is going to be fine, and the Cavs also seem fine too, as they won again yesterday over the Pelicans, 107-102. Kevin Love also returned for Cleveland after missing the Cavs last game due to concussion protocol. He wasn't really affected though, only scoring 8 points, but like I said, the Cavs still won, and LeBron with a near triple-double of 27 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. The fact that this was a close game amazes me. The Houston Rockets, the best team in the NBA, struggled to beat the Phoenix Suns, the worst team in the NBA, and they would have lost to the Suns had it not been for Gerald Green bailing Houston out by hitting the game-winning 3 at the buzzer. Chris Paul was out this game due to rest, but still, you never would have thought this game would be so close. 104-103 the final score, and this just shows you that even though the Suns are trash right now, it's still the NBA. Any team can lose to any other team on any given night. No Lonzo Ball, and now no Brandon Ingram for the Lakers either, as he went down again. This time with a concussion as he hit his head in the second half. Those two guys just cannot stay healthy this year. And the Lakers fall in overtime to the Bucks, 124-122. Giannis, who thinks he should be the MVP this year with 27 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 assists. And look, Giannis, I love you as a player, but no. I had you as my pick to win MVP early in the season, but no. You're in the 8th seed in the East, and sure, the Bucks wouldn't be in the playoffs without you, but no. 1 year, but not this year. The Sixers schedule has been ridiculously down the stretch here. They're playing all the worst teams in the NBA one after the other, but I mean, they won't complain, especially since they're trying to hold on to the 4 seed without Joel Embiid. They beat the Hawks yesterday like they should, 101-91. Ben Simmons with another triple-double of 13 points, 11 assists, and 12 rebounds. Damian Lillard returned for the Blazers and Danilo Gallinari returned for the Clippers, and the Blazers pretty much just eliminated the Clippers from the playoff race. It's still possible for them to make the playoffs, but it's highly unlikely that they get in this point. 105-96 to foul score Lillard with 17 points and 11 assists in his return. Let me not waste your time. Y'all don't care about this game. And that wraps up all the action from last night. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more daily NBA news. Remember to vote for the player of the day, but also remember the only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see all of you right back here tomorrow. But until then, I am out of here.